Good morning. I have a question for you. And I'm trying to figure out how I want to bring it to you, but let's just say this. We know that the enemy wants to hurt us, wants to stop us in our tracks, does not want us to achieve anything at all. He knows that the Lord has a purpose and plan for you. He knows that if he cannot stop you, that you are going to be somebody who impedes his process. Now, we all know he's going to lose, but he does not want us to be successful in anything. So what he does is he sends somebody to you with a little bit of information. And you know how it is when somebody comes to you and they want to tell you something. And it's usually something that we don't need to hear. It's gossip. And gossip is poison. And that is something that the enemy can get behind. Because if we listen to it, then we'll continue to entertain it. And when we continue to entertain it, it stops us from doing what God wants us to do. It stops us from moving forward, moving up, becoming successful, saving souls. I mean, it just really stops us from moving in the direction that the Lord wants us to move in. So he's all about spreading just a little bit of gossip. And we have a hard time saying no to that. When somebody comes and they go, "Oh, girl, did you hear?" Or, "Man, did you see what happened?" And the first thing we want to do is know what? Well, we really want to know. What are you going to do with it? Nothing. But tell somebody else, which means that the enemy is using you to do his job. That's not what you're here for. When somebody comes to you with gossip, aka poison, something that will clip your wings, not allow you to soar as you should. Remember, we are eagles. We soar. Now, you can't soar if you're listening to gossip. And the more you listen to it, the more your wings will not work. You'll be running around on the ground like chicken. You are meant to soar. Stop letting people interfere with your flight pattern. Don't let gossip be something that you entertain. God gave you ears to hear. He didn't give you ears to collect trash. And you're turning your ears into a trash bin every single time you listen. And when I say you, I mean myself as well. I am not excluded. We all want to know what the juicy information is. But for the most part, it's usually just somebody saying something nasty about somebody else. And what is that really doing for you? It doesn't elevate you. It deflates you. So stop letting it. If you wouldn't willingly take poison, why would you allow gossip into your life? And it hurts when you tell people, "I don't want to hear that." Because they look at you and they think, "Oh, you don't have time for me. You think you're better than me." Don't let those words bother you. Don't let that attitude bother you. You are keeping yourself safe. You are making sure that you are able to achieve the purpose that God set for you. You don't want obstacles in your way. Gossip is an obstacle. It is poison. It will slow you down. Stop willingly taking it. Stop. Don't harm yourself in any way to give somebody the satisfaction that, "Oh, I told such and such." Don't do that. Let them know, "I don't want to hear it. No, thank you. If you want me to get the other person over here so we can have this conversation, I'll do that." And they're going to tell you, "No, that's okay. You ain't got to do that. Why would you do that?" See, to them, it's yes. The enemy is going, "I can disrupt all Your job is to spot him, to see that that means you harm, and to say no thank you, and to walk away. It's easier said than done. Depends on how bad you want to achieve what God has for you. We may not know what that is. We may have a really good idea of what it is we're supposed to be doing. But either way, when you stop and listen, you are allowing the enemy to come in and to mess with your faith, to distract you, to keep you from being on track, to get in the way of your purpose. That's not what you're supposed to do. You are supposed to keep your eyes open, see him coming, and stop him before he can do you any harm. If you want him to know your name, then you need to stay on track. If you want him to use you, then by all means, take the poison. It's up to you. Think about that. Have a good day.